Well, one of the joys of owning an old British motorbike like this BSA is that you never really know what you're going to be fixing next. And I thought I'd pretty much covered all bases, and then came out and discovered that I'd got a pool of oil under the old girl. Anyway, it turns out that inside the timing cover there's a little non-return valve, and sometimes it's only a ball bearing and a spring, very crude device, and sometimes this thing gets a bit of muck in it or some other problem and it doesn't quite seal properly. And so then, with it having a separate oil tank, you get a problem known as wet sumping, and the oil drains out of the oil tank and into the crankcase, fills your crankcases up, and because the engine's not designed to have a level of oil in it, it then starts to find areas where it can leak out and it finishes up on your garage floor, which is what happened to me over the winter. I thought I'd done everything. I'd drained the fuel tank and drained the carburettor to make sure that nasty ethanol fuel didn't eat my carburettor and my fuel tank away. But then I discovered that I'd got this problem with the non-return valve and I'd got oil everywhere in a half-empty oil tank. There's numerous things you can do. You can repair the non-return valve, but that's a bit of a faff, and you can't guarantee that it's going to be a success. So I opted for fitting a valve in the oil feed line, which is alright, but if you forget to open that valve, you're going to wreck your engine. And so what happened was, I had a search on the internet and I found this device here from some guys called, well, the Magneto guy, and it's a quarter turn valve, and it's got a little switch mounted on it which you then wire into your ignition circuit, so that when the valve's shut you can't start the engine, which is going to save you a lot of expense if you're not wrecking your engine. And yeah, I fitted it and it's working perfectly well, and it's wired into the ignition circuit. It won't fire up when it's shut off. So that's my solution. Not the cheapest, but fail safe and foolproof, hopefully. So I'll leave you with that little message, and I'll put a link to the website if you're interested. Bye.